You know what I mean? Yeah, good. I love this trot now. I really like this. Very good. Super. You got it. Somebody's give you the Broncos and Patriots.
I don't think they rested early.
Love it. And your circle is super, Betty. You know, really think about that. You have to be very, very correct and ride very correct dressage movements, because otherwise the horse is going to take a little bit of control away from you and start to work on their own line of travel. And whenever that happens, then they're in charge. And remember, it's 1,500 pounds with the same brain mass as a snapping turtle. So it's usually not a good idea to let them be in charge. Good. Okay, now do you feel what's happening? When you bend her to the right, she's falling a little to the left, isn't she? So yeah, so no problem. So counterflex her every so often. Flex her to the left. Push her a little back over with your left leg. Use that little counterflexing half halt. So you push her back a little to the right so that she's upright and not leaning to the left. She doesn't get to lean. Good work. Good work. Good. So you see, to the left you need to bend her more, and to the right you don't need to bend her as much. You know what I mean? Good. Good. Now come straight ahead. And when you ride, I'm not sure if you listened to any of the other lessons, but when you ride on a straight line, it means a little shoulder. Walk, 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 halt. Okay, now counterflex her a little left, and now use your right leg to push her back onto the wall. Keep the, no, not the shoulders. I want the shoulders off the wall. Do you know what Renvers is?
Yeah.
Yeah, she hates it this direction.
Right.
Well, too bad. She's going to have to learn to love it. Now, we're not asking for the 4 tracks, okay? That it's not like in the test. So walk down the second track. Okay, flex her left so that you've got control of the shoulders. And now use your right leg to push the haunches a little bit toward the rail. Yep. That's it. Don't let the shoulders go. There. 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 Good. There's your straightening half halt. So for me, Betty, when you ride her straight ahead on the right rein, I would have this feeling for a while, okay? On the circle, I'm perfectly happy for you to counterflex and leg yield back off your left leg. Do you know what I mean? But that's not going to work on the straight line. So you have to have a little different system both directions, you know, whether you're on a circle or whether you're on a straight line. Makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay. And then she'll be a little bit more honest between your A's this direction. Okay, so let's trot. Let's see if we can have a little bit of that idea at the trot without her flinging herself about. Aha! Very good. Super. That's a girl. That's a girl. Well done. Good. And now flex her a teeny bit back to the inside, and then give a little bit. Good. So you see, do it quickly. Do a little bit of that quick correction just as a test. Super. And then flex her back to the right. Make a little left half halt and then relax. That's a girl. Now, only one problem. What happened to our pretty trot? Yep, I don't like the trot anymore. So rising trot again, back on the torture circle. Stretch the neck out. She got a little tight in her back when we were doing that exercise, okay? And that's fine. When you do something harder, or, you know, she has to learn something new, a lot of times you lose a little bit the quality of the trot. But you have to go back then afterwards and reestablish a little bit the suppleness, okay? And get her nice and loose again, get the neck stretched so she lets go of her back and she gets a little bit more reach from the hind legs. That's beautiful, good. You feel the difference now? Yeah. Good, change directions. Now let's do 1 or 2 circles to the left, and let's work a little bit on our left bend. In this direction, Betty, I think when we go straight ahead on a straight line, we're going to keep a little flexion to the left, okay? And she likes to already push her body a little bit into your left leg, into that left side. So we're going to keep that left side a little short as we go straight ahead. Love the trot, very good, okay? Sit and then straight ahead. Taking a little shoulder fore left. Good. Don't forget to be soft every so often. Yep, a little bit with both reins. Just use that last little bit of relaxation. You know what I mean? Think about the trot. Supple and give, supple and give. Oops, she's a little bit crooked, you feel? Yeah, let the neck come down. Now let her go a little more forward. Good. Yeah, play with the neck a little. Bend her more for 2 strides and let go. And now soft hands. Both give. Yeah, and then close your leg for a minute. Say, now go. Now, that's right. Now supple again. Little shoulder forward feeling. Yeah. And then give and leg. Good. Supple again. Let me see. Can you bend her more? Good. Give. Soft hands. Left leg. Go. Yeah. Push that impulsion through the suppleness you're creating, Betty. Makes sense? Yeah. You know, she's got to be supple first, or the energy doesn't really work for you, it works against you. But when you feel her get soft, yeah, then, and she gives you a good reaction, then let go and then ride her a little forward, you see, and then her concentration is on you. Oh, I love that trot. I love that. Yeah, come on. Keep working. Yeah, good girl. Supple, soft, give. And then close your leg. Watch your left leg doesn't get too far back. Yeah, good. There she's straighter. Good job. A little bit wandering there at the end. Supple. Tester. Good. Yeah, yeah. Super. And then ride her forward a little bit. Good. Tester. Supple. Yeah. Tester. Get her. Yeah. And then let go. That's it. Yeah, yeah. Good. Yep, yep, yep. Good. Very nice. Don't let her come into your left leg. She wants to wander a little bit off the track. And now give. Close your legs. Come. Big trot. Yeah. Push her a little forward. Now you have her. Yeah. There. There. Good. All right. Let her have a little walk break. That's the trot you want. Okay. If it's easy to sit, it's not right.
Oh, really? That's one of those.
It's rules, you know, if the trot feels divine, it must be wrong. Has to have a little bit, your collected trot has to have, I think, more power than you think. Okay? So as you're working, Betty, towards second level, you have to think about, she really has pretty much by nature the correct balance in the trot, but you just need a little more expression, a little bit more elasticity, a little more power. Okay, but that won't happen until you get her really supple and loose through the top line. And also a little bit laterally. You know, like at the beginning, she wanted to go forward, but she was tight. You know, so at the beginning, your job is to stretch her this way and this way. And then when you feel like you can let go and she goes, you know, oh, then you close your leg and say, come on, now we're going to go. Okay, so now this is sort of a funeral procession walk though. Kathy, you won't have to water Garabina tomorrow because she's leaving a slime trail. I've always wanted to write that on a test. But I know I'd get turned into the Federation. So Benny, think about alternating legs. So you feel the rib cage swing into your leg. That's when you squeeze back, all right? And then you take the leg off. So it's very, and going, you feel how she takes you from one seat bone to the other. Okay? So in your walk, alternating legs, alternating seat bones. So she knows it's walk, all right? And if she gets lazy, when you feel that rib cage come into your leg, give her a little kick. And say, come on, march. But just be careful you don't kick with both legs, because then she's going to jog. All right? And let go of the reins. Go all the way to the buckle. Don't hold her neck down. I have a little bit of feeling that she gets too tight in the top line too. I want to see her move her neck a little more. A lot of judges tell you the neck has to be lower. I mean, I would say 80% of the comments I see when my students come back, it's all about the neck has to be lower. And so I think, unfortunately, a lot of judges tell the riders to hold the neck down, and that's not at all what we want. If her poll is level with the withers, it's low enough, okay? What we want to see is her like this. You know what a chicken in the barnyard looks like? Okay, I want to see her do that with her neck. Okay, so you have to leave her alone. Let go. Hold the buckle and quit hugging her. Let her move her neck. Let the neck come up and let her move it. Yeah, follow a little bit if you can, kind of pushing your hands sort of forward toward her ears, but don't have any contact from it. Let's see if we can get her to move her neck a little bit. Yeah, good. Marching. Do you feel how she's moving her neck now? That's good. That's good. And if she moves her neck, Betty, she gets more freedom in the shoulder. So a good judge will look at the top line and the legs, average it, and come to the score. All right? There. That's better. See, now her nose is in front of the vertical, too. Can you see in the mirror?
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
I don't care what the other, if the judge says the neck's too high, ignore it. Don't you want to go on to like Free St. George? Yeah, absolutely. She's talented enough, so don't hold the neck down. You guys, stop it. Stop doing that. And if you have a judge that tells you that, then just draw a line through that name. Did you ever get those tests back with your students? Okay, Betty, there you go. I love that now. Okay, register that feeling in your body so that you know what your free walk feels like. Yeah, good job. Got that? Okay. Okay, now for the canter. The canter, we're not going to have the neck so low, and we're not going to bend her. We're going to use that little raw bear feeling, that little counter flexion. Okay?
Both directions or just to the right?
Both directions. I'll tell you why. Because it's one-sided, and what makes the canter pretty is, yes, that they take some weight, but also that they have some elevation. So we have to get the canter a little stronger and more developed before we start to bend it too much. That's why half pass doesn't come until third level. Okay? So we're going to have our little counter flex, and I want you to think about making your half halt sitting against her a little bit as the shoulders come up. You're going to think about keeping the shoulders up in the air just a little bit longer. All right? Does she canter from the walk? Okay, so give it a try. She can't run away. Alternating legs. Now see, she thinks she knows what's happening. Alternating legs. Walking. Yep. Little counter flex. Good. Push her off your left leg a little bit. Make sure she's not falling to the right. But that she's off your inside leg. Good. Good. And now change your A's and canter. Walking, alternating legs, alternating seat. Yes, you're very smart, Cookie. Yep. Start on the circle in your canter. Good. Perfect. And circle a little bit, Betty. Now, touch and give a little on the inside ring. And bring her back on the outside. Take your shoulders back just a tiny bit. Let go of the left rein as the shoulders come up. Good. Good. Sit really still, body back. Yep. Not too strong on the inside rein. Good girl. It's all right. And now walk quietly. Think 3 half halts. Little more Mo's whoa. Good. Whoa. Good. Patter. You have your whip in your left hand? Yeah, put it in your left hand. Now a little counter flexor and move her off your left leg. A little Renvers feeling. Yes, good. Did you feel in the canter? The canter was actually pretty nice, quality-wise and balance-wise. You know, it was collected, but she was a little bit pushing into your left leg. Did you feel that?
And that's the biggest issue that I have is that I can't go in a straight line because she's always trying to fall into my inside leg.
Exactly. So what we have to do is teach her what we want.
Okay.
Okay? So we have to do that through transitions because she doesn't understand in the canter. She thinks maybe it means go more forward. So we're going to do a lot of walk, canter, transitions. Okay? And before you canter, you're going to make sure she moves off the left leg and stands up into the right rein. And then you're going to canter about, let's say, a quarter of a circle, a quarter to a half, no more. And then you're going to walk. And as soon as you walk, you're going to tap her off that left leg again. Are you with me? So a little counter flexing, and now push her off your left leg without letting it, but whoa, says the right rein. Get off my left leg, baby. See, that's where she's confused. Good pattern. That was the reaction you want, Betty. If she jogs when you put the left leg on, then she's not going to learn anything at canter because she thinks that left leg means go forward. Do you know what I mean? So we have to teach her a little more of a sophisticated aid. Which is, guess what? When I counter flex you and say, whoa, with the outside rein, and then use my left leg, it means get your ass off my left leg. Good. Perfect. Good. Good. And go ahead and stay on the circle. Little counter flex. Push her once more off your left leg. Good. And now straighten her back a little bit. Whoa, says the right rein. Push her over. There. Good. Relax. Say good girl. And now canter left. Good. Now collect. Prepare to walk. And walk. Whoa. And push her off your left leg. Whoa, says the right rein. Off my left leg. That's it, patter. Good girl. Canter again. Yeah, counter flex. Good. Walk. Whoa. Whoa. Off my left leg. Good. Reward. Good, smart girl. You see what we're doing? So she doesn't understand the half halt to canter. So what you have to do is associate it with something else that she does understand with the transitions. And if you do this for a couple of days, I guarantee that you're gonna have a half halt that will work exactly the same way, where you can counter flex, push her off your left leg, and she'll still stay in canter, okay? One more time. She does have a bit of drama there. Good girl. Right rein, whoa, good. Now push her off that leg, good. And pat her, good job. Okay, now let's see the other lead. So Betty, you just have to be patient and do that about, well, I'd say 1,000,000 times, but probably you won't have to do it 1,000,000 times because she's smart. But see, this is where we separate the submission and the impulsion. The straightening half halt is part of the submission that she's not listening to. And so we have to take away the impulsion in order to teach her about the submission. So that's why we're taking away the canter and going back to walk, you know, to a place that we can create the submission. So we have to have a place where we can reward her. Okay, let's see what she's got cooked up this lead. Yeah, be careful you don't push her too much left, because she already was pushing left the other direction, you know what I mean? So I'm a little suspicious that this direction she's gonna fall out. Yeah, counter flex, push her in a little off that outside leg, make sure your weight is there to the right. So you have to make sure that barrier is up there on the outside. Good, and now canter. Good job, Betty. Yeah, little counter flexing half halt. Let go of the right rein. Touch and give that right rein. Good. Yeah, oh, we're having a little, yeah, good girl. Don't bend her too much to the right. She'll just fall more left. Good, touch and give the right rein. Beautiful, love it. Love it. Love it. Don't let her get heavy on the right rein. Counter flex her, push her back a little to the inside. Counter flex her, she's running through that left shoulder. Can you feel? Yeah, touch and give the right rein. Yeah, turn that shoulder. Counter flex her, turn that shoulder with your outside aids. Yeah, bend her left, bend her to the outside. Yeah, and now push her over there with your outside leg. Keep your weight to the right. Counter bender, counter bender. Counter flex her. Come on, more. Don't let her take that left rein, kick her with that left leg and say, look, you. There. Let go of the inside rein a little bit. Yeah, use it like a turn signal. On, off, click. That's it. Now you've got control. Yay, isn't that wonderful? But this direction, the more you bend her right, the less control you're going to have for a while, Betty. Yeah, lovely. Good. And now think about a walk transition. Push her onto the right hind a little bit with your outside leg. Keep her counter flexed. Yes. Good. Counter flex. Push her over onto the right hind. There. And pat her. Good. So your transitions, how you make the half halt better this way with your canter walk, is keeping her counter flexed and keep pushing her onto the right hind. Okay? So in the canter, she pushes left.
When I get her to where she's a little bit straighter, do I stop the counter bend for a little bit, go straight, and then actually kind of
Okay, come down here. I'm old and deaf. I can hear you talking. I just don't understand what you're saying.
When I get the counter bend and I feel like she's straighter through her body, then do I allow her to go straight and then couple strides after the counter bend? Do I kind of rotate it, or do I just try to keep her there for now?
For a while, I would keep her a little bit counter bent,
Okay.
and until she gets the right hind a little stronger.
Okay.
The reason she pushes over here onto the left shoulder is because she doesn't want to keep the weight on the right hind. Okay, so for me, I think it's about her getting stronger. So I would keep her a little counterflexed until you feel, well, and you know, it may take a week, it may take 2 weeks, shouldn't take longer than that. Until you feel like, oh, look, I'm not struggling so much, you know, to keep that outside framed in. And she should feel, you should also feel like there she gets lighter in the inside rein. And whenever she gets heavy and you feel like you have to use a lot of right rein, it's because she's falling left, you know, and you're trying to pull her back over here. So that won't work. It's been tried by millions of my students. It hasn't worked yet, so, right? We've all tried it.
Well, I mean, just that little bit that we did there, that was such a dramatic change from what I've been doing. And, you know, I've been told, you know, counterbend, but with the counterbend,